Past mom's side of family. The interesting thing that's kind of coming in is when I'm holding onto this object, they are actually having me put a very strong emphasis on the females on your mom's side of family. I have like an older woman, mother figure that I feel like I have to acknowledge. She's having me talk about her passing now. So we're gonna go to that. She's having me talk about separate from her, whatever she passed of, which I sincerely don't know yet. She's having me talk about her overall health. And she's having me talk about like other things, and like not things that would kill me, not things that would like take me out, but things that I'm like aware of in some capacity. And it's like I'm focused on those things, not what I pass of.
Bizarre.
My grandmother, it's on my mother's side.
Gotcha.
Her name is Sybil.
Yes.
And ultimately what they thought was going to be the reason she passed was
Right.
not the reason she passed.
Gotcha.
I do remember them focusing on, I don't remember if it was her breast, it was like she had breast cancer, but then all of a sudden a brain aneurysm happened.
Gotcha.
And so they were focused on this.
Right.
But ultimately, I believe it was the brain that got her.
Makes sense.
Because they weren't focused on that.
Exactly. She's having me kind of talk about the family dynamics, and there's a very distinct T name that's coming through, and I cannot make a change. Like, as I've been holding on to this, they've been referencing this person.
Okay.
Like, we need to talk about that individual. She's bringing up your mother's sister in the way this is coming in. She's putting accessibility around one daughter, lack of accessibility around another. Don't know what this means, but it just keeps coming through.
My mother has a sister named Trudy. T. And that's how I'm like, okay, I don't want to fill in dots, but okay, let's go here.
Yep. That makes sense.
And when my grandmother was alive,
Right.
she was closer to my mom and not to Trudy.
Trudy. Makes sense. The way that this comes through, she is prioritizing discussing that dynamic. And she's having me talk about her love life. And for some reason, she's just kind of referencing to like a man. And there's just some area of contention, and this just kind of keeps coming through. And by contention, I usually mean like something kind of negative. But it's a very unique situation where a man would kind of have an influence on your mother's sister in some capacity. And it just feels like it could have added or contributed to something that wasn't the best between the two of them.
Yeah, my grandmother Sybil, and my aunt stopped talking when she got married to the man she was married to. And it caused tension there between them. But I just remember it being very much where there wasn't approval
Yes.
for the man that she married and then had her kids with.
Right.
That she's no longer with.
Yes, and the way that this comes through is in hindsight, she sees how she dealt with that situation, and there is a feeling of wishing that she could have handled it a little bit more delicately. She didn't want that to affect their relationship. She just was really wanting to be helpful.
Wow.
And it's just like, I see this now, and I'm proud of you for taking these steps to get out of that.
Okay,
So-
okay.
So please know that.
Yes, all right, I will pass that info on. I'm with that. My grandmother, she was somebody who I always felt celebrated everything that was good in our lives while still trying to protect us. And here we go today. She's coming back to try to tie up loose ends, still trying to give someone else closure, help someone else. It's pretty special.
So I'm curious to know what this object is, and
Sure, it's a necklace that my grandmother used to wear all the time.
fabulous. She's adorable. She comes through with a deep sense of peace, just a deep sense of like, before she passed, she was able to come to that place that she needed to make a peaceful transition. So that's why it comes through.
I'm bringing my mother, her daughter, to France and other family members. I actually just got us all onesies with our names on it.
I love it.
So it's all just going to be a fun, sweet, fun
Yes,
time.
Exactly. So please know it's very possible she may be going with you in spirit.
Wow,
as
that's
you go through
amazing.
that. So, show it off.
Should have made her a onesie now. For real.